our video number 3. So we're definitely getting warmed up. I'm pretty sure that you by now have your notebook where you write all the important facts you want to remember. So that is awesome. Just keep doing that, and by the end of education number 5, I'm pretty sure you will be well equipped with all the knowledge you need to have in order to achieve your best results. So today we're going to talk a little bit about statistics in some countries. We're going to talk about healthy body weight, and we're going to talk about how you can improve your metabolism no matter what your genetics is. So we're definitely getting more into details, so make sure you stay focused. Again, focus is very important, and yeah, go for it.
And yes, finally, video number 3, we are halfway there. I'm hoping you guys are taking your notes regularly and that you've already invited some friends or family to join you in this journey. And hopefully you will learn a lot and join us after these 5 videos into some more next challenges as well. We talked about some basic simple questions we need to ask ourselves. We talked about balanced nutrition, and today we're going to talk a little bit about nutrition in numbers and why is it so important that we know some of these key concepts in order to have the results we want. Statistics is very worrying these days because globally 1.5 billion adults are overweight or obese. 300 million women are obese and 200 million men are obese. It's very worrying statistics, and worldwide obesity has doubled since 1980s. So these numbers actually tell us that yes, we might be progressing in some terms in this world, and yes, humanity is progressing in terms of technology, but in the terms of raising consciousness, what's healthy and good for us, we are not doing a lot. So that's why we are here with even more reasons to share good principles and knowledge about nutrition and about daily routines that can help us be healthier and that can help us live more quality lives. Obesity is not just about looks, even though most of the people are concerned only about looks, but actually it has a lot of health effects, self-confidence effects, money costs, because yes, you are spending maybe more money on medication or different clothes, or spending more money on more food. And community cost is also great too, because people who are obese have more risk for certain disease, and in some countries that is paid by the government, which collects taxes from all the people. So why would we be paying for somebody who is not responsible for something too? This is just these are just facts. I'm not trying to give you a point of view or anything, but just to make you aware of how healthy habits are so important for everybody. Like we mentioned before, more than 6 out of 10 men are overweight or obese, and more than 5 out of 10 women are overweight or obese. Statistics differ from some countries and for some continents, but in total they are not good at all, and we need to think about those numbers. So if you want to calculate, if you're not sure if you're overweight or not, maybe you can just have bigger bones or something like that, you need to calculate your body mass index, which is a measure of body fat based on height and weight, and you can calculate it mathematically. Here is an equation for it. You can also find that online, but basically you just need to know your weight and your height, and you can see where you are. So for healthy weight, you need to be around 20 for women and 23 for men. And then we have healthy weight 1, healthy weight 2, healthy weight 3, and then underweight and overweight. So you can actually see where you are in this table, and it can help you set your goals, whether your goals would be to lose weight or gain weight, or gain healthy muscle or lose fat. And one of the very, very important concepts to know is the concept of basal metabolism, which is the number of calories our bodies can burn in the state of rest for 24 hours. It actually shows number of calories that our body spends on everyday activities such as circulation of the blood, food sorrow, breathing, thinking, and even flashing and looking. So basal metabolism can be calculated with these equations here, or you might have a few different formulas that you can find online as well, or a few different scales that can measure your basal metabolism. It is good to know this number because that way you can see how many calories you should intake. But yes, of course, through balanced nutrition, and then you can see how much extra you need if you do certain kinds of activities. And metabolism for women is 1200 calories minimum and 1500 calories for men minimum. Average person takes around 2000 to 3000 calories per day, and if you take only 500 to 700 calories more than your daily needs, your body will store extra calories as fat. And 500 calories, trust me, it can be only a handful of food depending on what you eat. So we really need to pay attention to what we eat. We really need to plan ahead to have balanced nutrition. And those healthy habits will help us balance and accelerate metabolism. How can we actually accelerate our metabolism? Yes, that is possible by having regular meals, by having optimal daily amount of protein for muscle mass, by having regular water intake and regular physical activity. So all of these healthy habits can help us have a faster metabolism, and that is absolutely possible. Of course, it is important to know the difference between the quantity of calories and quality of calories. So yes, it's important to pay attention to how many calories we eat, but it is also very important to pay attention to what we eat in those calories. Are those nutrients balanced, and are those nutrients good for our cells? So we need to take both of those into consideration. And prerequisite for healthy body is actually protein. I told you before that we're going to talk about certain nutrients over our education. So protein actually is very important to have because it helps us have sufficient percentage of muscle mass, but it also helps us have faster metabolism, higher calorie consumption, better vitality and health. It reserves all other nutrients, and if we can achieve to have 1 extra kilo of healthy muscle mass, we would consume an additional 100 calories for our basal metabolism. And here you can see what weighs more, muscle or fat. So 2 kilos of fat and 2 kilos of muscle weigh the same, but actually look completely different. So it is important to learn here. Everything is not about the weight. Yes, it is important to have good BMI first, but then once we reached our good BMI, it is also important to have the good proportion of healthy muscle and body fat, because we do not want to have increased body fat and decreased muscle. So healthy muscle mass is actually a secret of healthy metabolism and long-term body weight management. And what is more important than your weight is actually how you look and how you feel, and that is all about body composition. Like I mentioned, it is possible to change your metabolism because 70% is in our hands. So it is all about what kind of lifestyle do you want to lead and what kind of results do you want to have for yourself. So let's summarize our video education number 3. The scale is not a valid indicator of losing weight. The fats are lighter on scale than the muscle, so we need to measure the volume and our body composition. Our basal metabolism is 70% of the consumption of all calories that we can take. So if we are careful about caloric intake, we can easily control weight. If you reduce the percentage of fat and increase the percentage of muscle, you can forever have the ideal body line and tendency to be healthy. And our form, our looks, and our health are only 30% predetermined by genetics, while the other 70% is in our hands. And that is why we are here talking about this. So you can actually take all of this into your hands and achieve the results you want with all the healthy habits we're talking about, so you can have all of those results long term.
Alright, this was definitely a little bit more into depth than previous two educations, but as we move forward, it is going to become like that. So you're gradually learning and making sure you are getting all the knowledge you need. Thank you for being here with me. If you haven't shared this with any of your friends, maybe you can do that now, because that way you can just share the good information, and you know what to say, sharing is caring. Once again, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!